maybe not. Actually, the number just went up and it looks like there's 25 people. Man, you guys are quick. Hey, hey! Just took a chunk of wood off my house or something. Don't do that. The hell is that about? Let's fix the house now. So I think I'm making a horrible mistake, starting at 3 o'clock in the morning, but I couldn't let the party end, you know? So anyway, hi everybody, how's it going? It's very, very late at night, and I need to get back to some grinding, I think. Nick, do you have any idea what time it is? Oh yeah, I just said that. Perfect timing, Nick. I just finished your last stream VOD. Oh, nice. I don't have really anything specific that I want to do in mind, but I guess I could just go hang out in the dungeon for a while, because there's lots of stuff over there I could still do. Checking my gear to make sure I have things I need. Well, let's get our raven. Somebody told me I can summon multiple ravens. That's just not true. You get a lot of weird advice on YouTube, I've noticed. Some of it, I'm sure, well-intentioned, but many times, the advice seems to be strange and sometimes surprisingly hostile for no reason as well. My video that went up today was about environmentally conscious golf gaming. It's basically like a text adventure about golfing, but it tries to guilt you into feeling bad about the negative impact that your golfing has on nature every single time you take a stroke. And I didn't realize, I guess, that the wood was better than the iron when it came to picking my golf clubs, so some people were like totally firing shots on me for not knowing that about golf, even though I've never played golf at once in my life. Isn't there armor to summon more minions that even work for ravens? There is actually, but I don't know if it works for ravens. Does this count as a summon? Oh, it does say summon damage, so maybe it actually does. Oh, that'd be badass to have like a flock of ravens following me. But I'd have to have like black armor and, I don't know, look like the crow or something. I didn't even tweet this. Hey, Skateboard. I have like no interest in promoting this, so don't feel bad if we never break like 20 viewers or something. Jacob the guide is around. Oh yeah, I was farming guides. Oh, that's the other thing I have to do. I have to kill Wall of Flesh like 100 times until I get all the emblems. I thought the grinding before this point was bad. Sometimes the grinding now is like even worse. Scumbag Nick not knowing golf. Well, yeah, I mean, I am. I didn't even tweet this. Is there going to be an NLSS today? Well, Ryan's going to be away for Wednesday and Thursday, so unless me and Josh can get on the same page, likely not. But I don't really know, actually. I haven't talked to Josh today. Today being Tuesday, even though today's actually Wednesday at this point, so I don't listen to a word I say. I'm here to mislead you. It's not a flock of ravens, it's called an unkindness. I don't even know if you're kidding. Oh, Bananasaurus Rex is here. Hello there. Welcome. I didn't see your stream in my list, which was a little strange. Everything alright? It's starting to become like, I worry about you if I don't see you streaming, because last time you didn't stream was because you were sick. It's Friday here. Oh god, I don't even know what day it would be in Australia. Holy crap, it's probably like next Thursday, like a week from tomorrow. No, a week from the day after tomorrow. No, today's Wednesday, right? So tomorrow is actually the correct one. I don't know what day it is, man. Oh yeah, you do the DDC. You down with DDC? Yeah, you know B, Rex. Yo. I needed bones anyway, so I guess it's kind of good that I came up here. Why did I need bones? Oh, I was going to make the necro armor, I guess. Because I didn't do that yet, and you need bones for that. And I also needed it for some other thing. Oh, I think to make mechanical worms took bones also? 68 viewers, are you kidding me? Oh my god, there's 74 now that I looked. How are people even finding me? Why does anyone want to watch this? This is a... It's... Oh, people are wild and crazy kids. Like Omar Gooding and Donnie Jepcoat, and the girl's whose name I can never remember, who comes with those other two. Anybody remember her name? Just finished watching the NLSS on YouTube. Perfect timing. I can't believe there was a thread on NLSS Circle Jerk that was like, what's with scumbag Northern Lion not posting? Oh, you know what? I just realized I guess that's not a scummy thing to say because they didn't see the show to know why it didn't go up. And I'm just dumb. Never mind. It's about to fire shots on viewers that didn't need to be fired because they were totally in the right. I hate this spike ball. I just want to put that out there. Now you know. Mr. Horsemeat just subscribed. It's 3 a.m., man. You know how early it is? You're subscribing to people on Twitch at 3 a.m.? You're a crazy man. Thank you so much, Mr. Horsemeat. I was just talking about eating horse ribs on the other stream that I was hanging out with on Full Grown Gaming, aka my friend Kyle, whose birthday it is, and he just went to bed after live streaming Zelda Ocarina of Time speedruns for a solid, like, 7 hours. Dude's a wild man. He's right up there with the wild and crazy kids. He could be Omar Gooding or Donnie Jepcoat. It's up to him. Anyone he wants to be. Yaha motherfucker. Yeah. Look at all those yahas. Get your yahas in there, guys. Anybody else that can yaha, do it. I'm going to need you guys to hold those up for me so I can see them. And our new friend, Mr. Horsemeat, knows that he's welcomed here in the Rock Quarry. I don't even know how ironic I'm being when I'm saying that. I think probably not as much as I should be. I was there the whole time. You were there the whole time. Let's get a party going. Let's get a party going. When it's time to party, we will party hard. Chat say party hard. Yeah. Thank you for all those yahas, by the way, in chat. I appreciate that very much. And I appreciate that we even have a reason to use them. Hey Nick, fuck all the Uncrustables. I've never heard of them until the NLSS, but fuck them. Well, you're the kind of person I want to hang out with. I need more people like you on my side. Because if you noticed, these people that I thought were my friends, they turned on me in a goddamn instant as soon as the peanut butter and jelly hit the fan. They were just out for whatever tasted good, not whatever felt right. Alright, I'm glad that you guys had the party hards in there. I had almost abandoned all hope. But I knew you'd come through for me. You never let me down. You got rock lobsters in there too? Thank you, Magresta. Nick, you like Uncrustables right there. Great. Oh, it's the Paladin. I've been waiting for him. This is the reason that we're here, actually. That and looking for SWAT gear also. The Paladin now has no chance at killing me. I can basically just stand on top of him. And with my healing gear, there's not a thing he can do to me. He didn't drop anything because he's a scumbag. What are Uncrustables? Nothing you really want to know about, to be honest. I'm pretty sure there's nothing to be learned or gained from learning about Uncrustables. Really? You're going to say 2014 about them like they're a political party or something running for re-election. Couldn't be further from the truth. Oh, I never opened this chest. Oh, whatever. I don't have a hollowed key with me, and I also have the item that comes out of this chest, so it's kind of not that important. Guys, Nick is super close to 10k on Twitter. Help him out. Oh, thank you, Corn Brony. That is true, actually. I am very close to 10k. The only thing that I would have a slight regret about with regard to my Twitter follower number is if I slept through reaching 10k, because this is a big moment for me. I've had my Twitter account for like 2 years or something. I don't know. Is there a way to check when you started your Twitter account? Because I actually don't remember. But I've never seen it have 5 digits in it, not even one time in all this time. So this could be a potential first chance for that. Full Grown Gaming just subscribed. Thank you, Kyle. And happy birthday. And this is the guy I was just telling you about that was streaming on his channel, Twitch TV/FullGrownGaming. You can also just click his name, right, if he says a word in here. And you should go follow him because he does really good speed runs. And he's a great streamer. He's going to stream tomorrow, actually, and he's going to get to earn, aka to vase, which is what I called him because I can't ever remember what the pot is that we're supposed to be planting on places when we're talking about Twitch runs. So that's Kyle, and I like him, and he's a cool guy, and you should follow him and all of that. So, yeah, thank you, Kyle, for the subscription. And now you can Yaha all night long, and you can be Yaha'd at as well, which is also a good feature of Twitch TV. Things that I like about Twitch TV include Rock Yaha, Rock Lobster, Rock Eggplant, Rock Tomato, Rock Cookie, Rock Mar, and Rockefeller Plaza. That's not actually a real one at the end. There's also RockLeeSmile, that's a thing too. I think that might be all of my Twitch emotes. I may or may not have said 8 things there, and if I didn't, then my apologies. But there is a little thing that mods can do where you basically just... Oh, I ran out of magic. Wow, that's weird. There's a thing you can do where you type exclamation point emotes, and then it tells you all the emotes that you can do. And then people who just subscribed or people who are new to how this all works know what they can type in to have things happen for them. Why is the... Oh, because I switched these two things. Yeah, see, there it is. I probably forgot one of them in there. I always forget. Oh, rock salt. I never said rock salt. Sorry, guys. I let you down. Big time. I need to put on my mana cuffs, because I am not getting any health. I'm going to just, like, run into this dude. Or health and mana is the thing. Oh, my god, that hurts a lot. I forgot I have no defense with this. Don't die. I'm going to hit H. Yeah, rainbows on you. Oh my god, that thing's gonna kill me. Don't do that. Nobody likes it when you kill me. Why'd you even think that that was a good idea? Alright, now let's heal up. If I could just find a few enemies all at the same time, I should be able to get some heals pretty quick from them. Bye, Kyle. Pyramid Pug just subscribed. You guys are the wildest, craziest kids of all time. You belong in a rock quarry that I can't even make. Like the craziest rock quarry from, I don't know, the Upside Down world or something. I don't know where you get those. Like a bizarro rock quarry where all the rocks are made out of jelly, but they're hard anyway because jelly ain't jelly. It's felly? That's not a thing. Ain't gellin', I'm a felon. I forget how that commercial goes. The guy said he was a felon? That can't be right. Oh god, don't throw hammers at me, man. Do you think I am hammer-schnizzed? Thank you for the subscription again, by the way, and feel free, everyone, to raise your rock yahas. This is, like, the silliest thing. I guess I should just stream at 3 a.m. more often, because I get really loopy. This is a Yaha Legion. I feel very comfortable saying that as well. You should definitely subscribe to join the Baja Rock Legion today. That's not really a thing at all. I always thought Baja was such a strange thing to say. Like, I understand that it's describing something, like, geographically. I think it is, anyway. But it also is like a style of Mountain Dew. And I find that to be very strange. You know, there's the Mountain Dew Baja flavor, and it's like Blueberry Blast or something. I don't think it's actually called Blueberry Blast. That might actually taste good. Have you guys ever had blueberry soda? That sounds kind of interesting. I have this, like, citrus tangerine soda in the fridge right now that I picked up the other day. It's like Ocean Spray, sparkling tangerine. It doesn't have any, like, corn syrup or anything bad. And I think it's actually pretty delicious, and I think I'm probably going to be buying that in the future again. Well, RockLeeSmile is responsible for setting off my Terraria addiction on the Vita. It's the least I can do. Well, thank you very much. You actually may be fueling my Terraria addiction on the Vita subsequently, because well, it was like almost a week ago now. Wow, that time went really fast. I actually had a little bit of extra Christmas money on a gift card, and I decided to put it toward a Vita. So I actually ordered that, and it should be arriving possibly tomorrow, but it's not going to have any games with it for a couple of days because the games ended up in a separate shipment for whatever reason. I guess wherever they ended up split from, Amazon decided to pull them from another e-store. And so I have the memory card. The memory card came today. The Vita and my new 360 controller should be here tomorrow, hopefully, and then the games are like probably 3 or 4 more days off. So thank you very much for the subscriptions, guys. I really do appreciate it, and you're going to allow me to potentially have Terraria on the Vita as well, is what I was trying to say there. And probably Spelunky, because I can't not have Spelunky on the toilet, because that's the coolest thing about buying a Vita, right? You get to play Spelunky on the toilet. It's kind of a rare, wonderful gift that the first world has bestowed us, I suppose. I've had blueberry beer. That sounds interesting as well. I've had some strange beers. I don't always like all of them. You know, I think the one that I think consistently is tasty is like having Shock Top or Blue Moon with an orange slice is really tasty, but that's not like that the beer is flavored that way. So I don't know what my opinions are. I've also had like the winter lagers or the fall orchard flavors like Sam Adams and stuff that have various berry flavors to them. Those are not always that bad. But sometimes I just want the regular beer flavor without all of that too. It's pretty weird. I don't know what to tell you. What Vita games are you going to get? Well, I already ordered the ones I'm going to get, and probably they'll be the only ones I get for a little while, aside from any digital purchases. But I got Ninja Gaiden Sigma EX2, or whatever it's called, the second Sigma. I got Little Big Planet, because I'm a Little Big Planet fiend. I don't know if you guys knew that about me. I was actually very, very addicted to it, like Super Meat Boy levels addicted for a while. And what was the third one? Oh, and I got Persona 4 Golden, because I couldn't not get Persona 4 Golden. I've wanted to play Persona 4 again from scratch for a long time, and that is the definitive version from everything I've heard. And I got the tiniest, well, not the tiniest, but a very small 8 gig memory card because I'm not a millionaire and I couldn't afford the like $100-and-something memory card to have a reasonable amount of storage. Holy shit, Sir Mag just subscribed as well. Thank you so much, Sir Mag. Welcome to the Rock Quarry. Thank you very much for your contributions and for your wonderful additions to the quarry and becoming one of us. Say it, one of us, one of us, one of us. I'm very glad that you decided to join us. And yeah, you guys have certainly been raising your rock yahas, so very much appreciative of that as well. You're also paving the way to potentially make us reach the next subscriber emote tier, which will allow me to then create 2 more emotes and reach the maximum capacity of emotes that we can have for this channel. So I'm also very much indebted for that reason, and I'm pretty sure once we get past that threshold, we never can go back down. Like, we never can lose that privilege of having 10 emotes. I might be wrong, but I think that's the way it works. I just got a sniper rifle, guys. That was one of the things I was actually farming for. So there it is, annoying sniper rifle. That's like a horrible version of it. I'm going to have to rebrand or reforge the thing a lot, but sweet. Now I just need to get the paladin hammer and the SWAT gear, and we're good. Sorry, my Yaha power is over 9,000. You know, I've heard things that are over 9,000. One of those things is actually Powerman... Oh, that's 5,000. That's actually not over 9,000. I thought it was Powerman 9,000. I was going to make a joke that it was actually exactly 9,000, and then I remembered it wasn't that at all. Oh, man. Lack of sleep and over-caffeinated, and you get this version of me. It's a rare occurrence, actually, that I'm quite this loopy. Also, I'm in a rare state of, you know, general well-being, which is also a nice thing and results in very goofy monologues from me, I think. Where am I most likely to find paladins all the time? I need paladins to show up, like, every minute. Oh, I should bring... Why did I bring a blue candle with me, guys? I have one left here somewhere. I gotta go find it. I think it's over in this direction, perhaps. Somewhere. Hello, Nick in chat. Hope grinding is going well. Yes, Mentos Man, grinding is going lovely so far. We've actually already found one of the objects that I needed, and I wasn't even trying really yet. I just had sort of haphazardly wandered into it. Nick, please. Wait, what? Gozita. Sub again? Oh, why have I not turned on Chrome? Hang on, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know what is wrong with me, but I always forget to turn on Moobot, so it yahas at you guys when you subscribe. But thank you very much if Gozitas who just subscribed. I didn't show up on my list for some reason. I don't see it here. Oh no, there you are. Gozita 2003. Sorry, you went by so fast because all the yahas came pouring in. Thank you so much for your subscription. I'm really glad that you chose to subscribe to me. It's wonderful. I really appreciate it very much. And you've made my day even better than it already is, and it's real good right now. Where the hell is my Moobot? Oh my god, where is it? There it is, Moobot dashboard. For some reason, when I open Chrome, it just like doesn't show my bookmarks properly. There we go. Okay, we should be good now. I believe once Moobot is set to go, then the next person, if there is a next person that subscribes, we should get a proper Yaha greeting from the automated Moobot version. Moderator status granted. Okay, so now we're good. Yeah, we should have Moobot now in chat, functioning as a moderator. I haven't renamed my Moobot, but I hear that's very expensive, so I'm probably not going to do that. I had no idea it was going to be that much. I don't know if I should say how much it is, but it's more than I can probably afford to pay per month for such a privilege. Where the hell did I put the blue candle in this world? Oh, it's up and to the left? Okay, I need to go up and to the left. Hey Clownface, how's it going? It's going pretty damn well tonight. How are you? It is 3:30 in the morning, and yet all you guys, you wonderful friends of mine, decided to come out and watch me randomly talk like a crazy person and fight skeletons in a dungeon. There's no reason you had to do it, but you did because you care and because you're nice people, and I just want you to know that that means everything to me. And I'm not even being fake or silly at this point, I'm actually serious. So thank you, for reals, for being here. And for making my night better, and for, hopefully I'm able to bring you some entertainment as well. You know, it should be a two-way street. But, anyway. It's a per-month thing. Yeah, I should actually mention this. I haven't said this in a while. But the way subscribers work, if you subscribe to me on Twitch, it technically lasts for 1 month. And then it's auto-renewing, though. So if you don't want to renew for more than 1 month, as soon as you subscribe, just go into your dashboard in Twitch, and then go ahead and cancel the subscription, and then it'll just run for the 30 days, and then cancel itself, so you don't have to worry about it accidentally charging you a second time. I don't want anybody to ever be charged when they don't mean to be charged, and if you feel like it's something you can afford or you want to do to help support the channel, you know, you can feel free to leave it to do that, but I don't want anybody to ever feel pressured that they want or should need to leave it on auto-renew, because that's a lot of money per month, especially if you're, you know, involved in our circle where there's like me and Josh and Ryan and Rob and Green and everybody's pretty much streaming all the time, and many of us, BizSnap and Vurex, like all of us have subscriber options, so like that's many dollars per month. So I don't expect you guys, or never would expect you to have to try and prioritize me as a function of your life, when you know, it's shitty living sometimes. Shit's expensive now. I don't expect you to put that much money into my channel. Anyway, that's the end of that rant. I just wanted to tell you, you know, don't feel obligated. And I understand that it's quite a bit of money, and in fact, I've only been able to subscribe to Ryan and Josh once, and I hope one day I can turn that around. Actually, I might be able to get comps for them for my channel, and maybe they could do the same for me if they wanted to. But I'm not sure how willing to give out comps Twitch is. I don't even know what their policy is on that. But it is kind of a nice thing if that works. Doxy got partnered too now. Does it just happen tonight or something? Holy shiz. That's awesome. Well, grats to her. So, oh, there's a paladin right there. I didn't even see the dude. Alright, let's fight, paladin man. You don't stand a chance, but let's call it a fight anyway. I have homing bats, and what do you have? You bounce up and down, and sometimes throw a hammer at me that even if it hits me, I will heal instantly from. Look at that little clinking sound he's making. Oh, we got the hammer, guys! We got it! We just got the hammer, guys! Guys. 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 Got the hammer. Guys. We just did the thing that we were trying to do. The hammer. We got the hammer. Oh my god, this thing's fast. Look at it freaking curve. If only I could have 5 of them. But that is insane. That thing goes so fast. Oh, that's beautiful. It's hammer time. We actually did stop, ironically enough. I kind of enjoy that. Alright, I'm over it. Let's, keep grinding away then. I'm kidding, I'm not over it. That's pretty damn awesome. We got both of the things that we really needed in a very short amount of time. And, well, I also need, I think, some riot gear, right? Can somebody check for me if that's a thing? I've gotten the sniper rifle, I've gotten... Wait, I don't have the tactical shotgun. That's, I think, what I need. And then I think there's some kind of other, like, cosmetic item other than the shield, or the, helmet, right? Do you guys know? Can you help me out and look that up for me, please? Just see if there's another thing other than the SWAT helmet. If there's like SWAT gear or SWAT chest piece, something like that. You have a keyblade. Yeah, I do have a keyblade. I actually have multiple keyblades. They actually drop pretty frequently. But I don't really want to use it because it's not the best thing. Right, helmet. Is that... Okay, is that the only thing, though? Just the helmet? Hey, what's up, Rico? I enjoyed your work in Just Cause 2. And 1, I believe. You were the Scorpion. There's a riot helmet. Is it a quiet riot helmet? Certainly hope not. Nick is only 6 followers away. Holy shit, I'm 6 followers away from 10,000 people following. That is so crazy. Like, both of the numbers that are getting to be very, very large and amassing on a daily basis is kind of freaking wild to me. There's almost 10,000 people following me on Twitter. Like, when I started Twitter, I didn't know how it worked at all. I didn't like it. It kind of made me angry. Because I was like, man, Facebook's where it's at. You guys just don't get it. You know, get on my level. Use Facebook like a pro, man. Like, we're in college. We're supposed to be using Facebook. I don't know what this Twitter shit's about. This shitter. And eventually I came around. And it wasn't even because of doing YouTube. I don't remember why I joined Twitter. I just decided to do it. And for the longest time, I just followed a bunch of people. Nobody cared about me. I had nothing really to contribute. Because the weird thing about Twitter is when nobody is talking to you and you're just like tweeting out into the wind, it's not really very fun. You know, you're just sort of talking to yourself publicly. And everything starts to change once there's like discussions to be had or little like, you know, jabs to be made at things. Occasionally you get some sour grapes. Like the other day I was sort of being a bit more negative than I probably should have been, and some guy was like, wow, do you ever stop moaning? And I was like, yeah, no, apparently not. Sometimes I gotta keep that shit in check, but Twitter is one of the most fun things in social media right now, and I'm really hoping that they don't decide to ruin it by having too much junk with like ads and selling shit. I mean, I know they have their obligations to their shareholders and stuff now that they're publicly traded, and that's totally valid for them as a business thing, but like that's just the process now, and it makes me sad because you see the same process repeating over and over again. You know, MySpace did it, Facebook is doing it, and then hopefully Twitter won't do it, but they probably are going to do that. And I don't want to see Twitter go away. I like Twitter. It's really fun. I don't mind if Facebook goes away at this point. Actually, Facebook's pretty dumb. Oh, I finally found the blue candle again. Here it is. Did I actually get to 10k? I see 10k hype and then a bear hug. Whatevs. Not a big deal. And then the fact that my YouTube subscribers are still going up and I have almost 50,000 is so crazy to me. 50,000 people! What does that even look like? If you put 50,000 people in a room together, what would that look like? I don't even know. I've never probably seen 50,000 people in one place. Actually, that's a lie. I went to Woodstock 99, so I've probably seen 50,000 people in one place. But I don't know what function of that crowd was 50,000. And I'm sure it smelled bad, but I'm not saying you guys smell bad. Just that 50,000 people together might smell bad. Thankfully, that doesn't have to happen. But anyway, the reason I'm so worked up about getting to 50,000, aside from it just being a very large number, is also because that is the number that's going to hopefully allow me to get a press pass to go to PAX East. 2014 is coming up in just a couple of months, also totally insane. And that is going to be probably the thing out of the entire year that I'm most looking forward to doing. Because, are you playing this on PC? Yes, I am. This is a PC version. Because I'm going to see all my friends in real life, and it makes me so excited. Like, so many people are coming to PAX. I'm going to get to see Rob in real life, and Dennis, and I'm going to see Northern Lion and Josh, and I think Austin is coming up from Texas, Last Grey Wolf, and, I don't know, probably RPG is going to be there. I don't remember if he said he was coming for sure. And like tons and tons of more people are coming to PAX East, so it's like, it's really awesome that that can happen. And even if I don't get a press pass, I'm still obviously going to have to buy a ticket. But it would be really nice to save me like over $100 or whatever it's going to cost. I think the tickets, especially if you get them from a scalped person or get them scalped, it's going to probably cost like $200 or $300 actually, to be fair. Plus travel expenses and hotel expenses, like shit adds up real fast, so if I can avoid or mitigate paying all that money, I would be very thankful for that. I want to see Rob in real life. I've seen what he looks like. He's a handsome man. So it's quite a privilege to get to hang out with Rob, actually. I'm really looking forward to it. I actually think me and Rob are going to tear up the town. Actually, hopefully not quite that badly, because I probably have some work to do when I'm there. But I'm sure there will be drinking one way or the other. I'd go to PAX and say hi to you, and I'm too shy. Oh, well, no worries. I'm a pretty shy person, too, to be honest with you. It's a little bit surreal. Like, at 2013, only, like, two people recognized Ryan, and only one of them knew who the rest of us were. And that was really weird. I've never been recognized for my work or for doing a thing online. I never even thought that that would be a thing that would ever happen to me in my life, so that's pretty wild. I'm in Europe. I want to go. Yeah, I know. It's a shame that we can't all be closer together, right? We're always united by the internet, which also, I don't want to get into too political stuff here, but the whole, like, sort of the net neutrality thing worries me a little bit for what that's going to mean for YouTube, because I don't trust my cable company as far as I could throw them, which is not at all, because cable companies are very heavy and bound to the ground by the laws of physics. So literally, even if I was the Hulk, like the Incredible Hulk, or like the People's Elbow, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I don't think I'd have a chance at picking up my cable company. So what on earth does that mean for how much I can trust them? It means I can't trust them even a little bit. So I don't look forward to them possibly deciding that the amount of data that is used by different websites is under their rule to decide if it gets special preferential treatment or not. In case you don't know what on earth at all net neutrality is about, essentially it's a thing that says that if there is no net neutrality, that all of the different companies, the different websites that are governed by the internet, that exist on the internet, I'm having a really difficult time saying this. For example, a place like Facebook or a place like YouTube might get preferential treatment by cable companies for a faster pipeline if they pay more money, which would essentially determine that whoever pays the most gets the best deal for the best connection. So, for example, if Valve really wanted to put League of Legends out of business, Valve could pay a ton of money to all the different cable companies, or even just some cable companies, which could then create a really strange situation where you might have one cable company that it's better to play Dota with and one that it's better to play League of Legends with. But basically, Valve could just throw tons and tons of money at that until that becomes the obvious choice, because that one just works better. So that's just one of hundreds and hundreds of ways that this sort of a decision could really change the way that the internet is used. And it could also shape the way information is passed around and make things really start to get really cloudy as to where correct information sources are coming from. And that's very scary to me, because I really do value the fact that we have a place right now that really is open for discussion. And I don't know what it's going to mean, and I really hope that it doesn't end up as bad as everybody keeps saying. In many areas of the U.S., there's only one connection. Yeah, everybody makes this common argument that, well, the market will just bear this out, right? Well, where I live, there is literally only one company that I can choose from for my internet connection, so it's either Time Warner Cable or no cable. So that does not mean that the market is going to be able to bear this out. That is just going to be a decision or not a decision, that is all there is for that. If I had multiple choices, well, there's still no reason to believe that they wouldn't just conspire together to make sure that we have to pick between them, and both ways we're going to get screwed, right? I mean, they say there's no price fixing because, monopoly laws and such, but I don't really believe that that shit's regulated. I don't know. Not that I'm trying to say I'm an expert economist or anything. I'm certainly not, and I don't know very much about this topic that I'm talking about, so I should probably not go much further into it. But at least on a surface level, I do understand what net neutrality is about, and I think it's a thing that we should be more aware of if we ever do have any chance to shape a policy that has anything to do with it. But I also do believe that there are a lot of good people on the internet that would fight really, really hard to make sure that we don't lose that ability. Whether or not they can fight hard enough to beat all the money that could potentially change these policies, because this is a huge windfall for cable companies, right? Being able to basically control the amount of money they feel like making. It's kind of like what oil companies do then. And that's pretty scary, because I don't really think that any one company should have that much power. But if we can do anything about it, I certainly do want to do whatever that thing is. Anyway, what do I still need to grind here? I need the shotgun. So I need to find out where I'm more likely to run into a sniper. Well, one place that I know snipers existed was over by my corrupt chest, which is over on the right here somewhere. Giant Dad OP? That's damn straight. You know what's weird? Oh, okay, never mind. You can actually see it. I was going to say when I have my Moobot dashboard open, you can't see how many viewers are here, but then I found it, and it was just over on the right somewhere. So never mind. I take that criticism back. I've been watching a lot of Mythbusters lately. I don't know if you guys are very big fans of the series. I imagine probably several of you are. It's a pretty popular thing as far as I'm aware, but I've been looking for things to watch on Netflix in my, my weird, like, between 4 and 7 a.m. where I still can't sleep hours, and I blazed through the entire second season of Wilfred in, like, what was it, 1.5 nights. Like, it was one night, and I got, like, two episodes away from finishing it, and then I went back and finished it. And then now I'm just watching a ton of Mythbusters, because there's a lot of episodes of that. And I just think that's a really good show. I mentioned this before on some other video I made, but I think that there should be more shit like that on TV, instead of, like, 700,000 shows about, like, redneck culture and ghost hunting and finding gold. I mean, okay, fine. The gold shows are pretty entertaining, I'll give you that. I do enjoy watching the industrious people in the world use their trade and their skills to make the best of their situation. I think that's pretty exciting. And I actually really enjoy, like, the Alaskan crab hunting shows and all of that as well. But I just think that there's so much of it saturating television now. And not that I watch a ton of television either, but I just think it's really valuable to have a show that it presents something to do with science, even if it's sort of a casual level science, and even if it's presented in a goofy way. I think that that's a really cool thing. Watch Sherlock. Yeah, I've been told by Rob, I believe, many, many times that I should watch Sherlock. I'm probably going to have to do that. I can't take the fake drama. It drives me insane. I totally hear you on that. Because I'm kind of a cynical person a lot of the time, and I sort of see through a lot of the way things are set up. So I'm constantly calling into question what's scripted and what's not, and it usually is always pretty much scripted. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff that's ad-libbed and a lot of it that just happens naturally, but I think the majority of all of those shows is put together with a main thrust of how they want the certain events to unfold, and then they edit it together to create a secondary narrative over top of that. And again, not that I'm like a film school student or anything, it's just, things I gather from being fairly inquisitive and curious, and generally try to pick up on things. Hey, I got a bone feather. That's cool. Would love that shotgun if they could drop that, though. It's called reality television. It must be real. Yeah, I know. It's pretty weird how that's a thing, isn't it? I don't have a problem with shows like Survivor, where it's like, okay, we get you're on a silly game show technically, so whatever drama you want to put into that is like whatever. We know it's fake. I mean, it's a show. It's set up to be that way. But then the ones that try to masquerade themselves as actual events, like some of those pawn shop shows, or the what the hell are they called? The ones where they open up shipping containers and then they bid on everything, the bidding war shows. Like, why do we need that to be fake too? Can't we at least just have that be actually real? Well, I guess it wouldn't be as compelling, right? And I can see where this sort of thing creeps in as a television show producer, like that you would be forced. We got another sniper rifle, holy shiz. We would be forced after a little bit of time of our ratings drop, and I mean, I understand this just from working at YouTube being my job, and I understand the impetus that you need to do certain things occasionally to appeal to more people because you need to keep paying people, and you need to keep existing and paying for your life and everything. But I feel like some of these shows are just so freaking exploitive and so, like, scummy and just, like, kind of callous and shallow in the way that they're put together. I mean, I know this is not exactly a heroic thing to say or a controversial opinion. It's pretty much common knowledge as it comes to the internet. But it's just, I don't know, something that I think about quite a bit, about the way media puts across the ideas that we create and the way that the news sort of exists in this bizarre realm of opinion. this is another thing that's like super common knowledge, but nobody hardly on the news is actually reporting the news anymore. We're essentially watching a group of people that are, basically like the internet personalities that we're familiar with on YouTube, which just have tons of opinions on things, and they just talk about the news as if it was actually the news, but it's really just what they think or the spin that they want to put on stuff. And it's pretty wild that, a lot of people really just believe that that's actually what's true. And it's a little bit dangerous, too, the fact that people can't seem to tell the difference between reality and fiction most of the time. Or that they don't want to tell the difference between the two. I guess that's also a factor, too, right? Like, psychologically, there might be some people who are comfortable creating a narrative where their prejudices are sort of reinforced through the people that they watch or the actions that they take in life. And that's kind of why things are so partisan with regard to government and politics. And I think that's a little bit sad, and I wish we could kind of get back together to, find common ground between all of us as people a little bit more often. I mean, I understand not everybody's going to be friends with everybody because we all have drastically different upbringings and ideologies and beliefs on things, and that's totally fine. I embrace that. But at the same time, like, the hate and all of that shit needs to stop. There's just no reason for it, and it's keeping us all from reaching reality so much of the time. And I say this all because of what I was talking about with the net neutrality thing. Like, there's no reason that someone who understands that we're all just people struggling to survive and trying to find the best existence that we can, there's no reason why anyone that would see that as the reality that they want to live in would also make decisions to try and quell any chance for people to find common ground amongst those kind of ideas. And the idea of the internet being free, that's kind of the one way that we still have a chance at finding that common ground. So for people that want to take that away, even if they aren't doing it consciously or they're only doing it for their bottom line, I feel like there are a certain few things that are sort of like, should be off limits. And I think the internet should be kind of one of those things, in my opinion anyway. I grant that this is probably not a popular opinion, or it might not be a common opinion, but that's my opinion anyway. Putting stuff away now so we can make some room in my inventory in case I get any more drops. I guess I should leave the keys there because they at least stack. That is a lot of 2 gold nuggets that I'm going to be picking up from these things. I'll leave the skeleton things there. Take a forceful sniper rifle. I'll just move the paladin hammer out because I'm probably not going to be using it now anyway. We'll subscribe for podcast. Thank you, GrowVJ. I've actually wanted to do that for a while. I've done a podcast in the past, but I was certainly not nearly as capable of speaking my mind at the time that I was doing it as I am now. And I definitely wouldn't recommend that anyone goes to go find what that podcast was. You'll be sorely disappointed. And I don't work with those guys anymore. I'm not even sure if they're doing anything on the internet anymore. But yeah, I definitely do want to do a podcast, and I've talked with Rob about possibilities for it. It's a lot more difficult than it sounds a lot of the time, getting people coordinated to be together in the same room at the same time, or in the same, when I say room, I mean the same Skype room, I suppose. Even just with Magic the Gathering episodes, doing that twice a week, it's very difficult to coordinate. Me and Rob, and then possibly find 2 other people on top of it. But I think we would do a probably pretty decent job at a podcast if we did do that. I think me and Rob have pretty good chemistry between each other as far as our ability to play off each other, and especially if we can talk about fairly serious things. Rob's one of those guys that's like really easy to talk to, and he understands the flow of a conversation better than many people. Like, he has the ability to actively listen, which a lot of people don't have that ability, and it's really important when you're trying to actually push across meaning or help to reinforce someone else's point. And I think people don't always get the idea that people, when they're working together on a podcast, they should support each other to try and make better points together, right? It shouldn't be all about who can one-up the other person and make a better point. It should be about how can we both come across as good as we can possibly do that. So, being a team player, as cliche as it is to say, actually that's one of those cases where I think it works really nicely. And Rob being, having some interest in, acting and all of that, I think he understands the interplay of personalities very well. Not to say that my other friends don't or anything. I'm not trying to exclude anyone. I just think in the amount of time that we've spent, me and Rob have had some really good conversations, both on and off camera. And I think I've probably spent the most time talking to Rob in general out of most of the people that I know. We just got an ancient Necro helmet. Is that good? Oh, I had that already, I think. He also knows voices. I almost forgot to mention that. He really does. He really does know voices. I can't believe that that's one thing that I said one time, sort of just off the cuff, and then it's now turned into a meme, like, months after I'd said it. So random. I love that that happens. It's just so silly, the things that choose to get pushed forward and the things that just go away. The fact that there even are things that get pushed forward is bizarre, too. I never thought there would be a day when someone would have created a Valentine's Day card with my face on it. Like, what world do I live in? It's like we're living in the J Smith 52-hour live stream permanently now, which is actually totally cool with me. I totally want to live in a world like that. If we could all just wear a horse mask, you know, one day a month, and live that personality and that life out, I think we'd all be capable of greater things than we are now. Oh no! Corn brony salty! I know, you just meant to type something else. It's no big deal. Oh, I got another paladin shield. Cool. And you still need a 69-hour Josh stream. I still don't know if a 69-hour stream is ever going to happen, because honestly, that's really long, and if you have to think about it, like, the amount of potential danger that that can put a person's body in is a little bit worrisome to me. If you're trying to actually participate actively in that many hours of anything sitting down, you'd need to have some sort of a regimen around that to keep you alive, basically. You always see those stories that are like, some kid died in some cyber cafe playing StarCraft. You know, I don't want to be that guy. And the way that my exercise habits are, it kind of worries me sometimes that that could actually happen. And now it's recorded. It's recorded that I've said it, so if it does, you can formulate all sorts of bizarre things about how I formulated my own death. Because I'm psychic, and because I have a crystal ball, and actually I'm a skeptic, and I don't believe in that stuff, but now it's also on camera. I said that too. It's more than 3 days. Kids in China work 69 hours straight. That's not good. Don't do that. Oh yeah, I'm not remotely serious with being that long. Even 8 hours are rough on me, but another long stream, you guys would be awesome. Alright, I wasn't sure if you were serious, because actually I'm pretty sure some people would say that and are serious, so that's fine if you are. I mean, that's actually really a big compliment. If you're interested enough in us as people that you would want to listen to us for 69 hours, it would be silly for me not to be complimented by that. So, as long as you understand that I'm coming from it from the correct place, and I'm not just trying to blow you off or anything. Cards are amazing. Oh, you found the cards. Excellent. Yeah, NLSS Circle Jerk is the place to be lately. Except when it comes to all the Uncrustable stuff. That is a thing that I wish maybe I hadn't quite made as big of a deal as I had. Because now it's turned into this, like, pick a side, we're at war thing. I don't like that. I think we should all be friends. And I know you're all kidding anyway, and so am I. So don't get the wrong idea. But yeah, anyway. Moving on. Internet personality dies doing 69-hour stream on Twitch through the game pretty hard upon death. It's funny, but it's also scary at the same time. I'd rather just be 16 hours of live streaming in 1 week or 6.9 days so both the streamers and the viewers don't have to die. Yeah, fair point. Yeah, there is, like, your health as well that I would worry about, too. Man, I'm getting sniper rifles like crazy now. But there's a little bit less pressure, I think, if you're just sitting watching, that you should feel obligated to stay in one place. I feel like if you're watching, you can pretty much, you know, just kind of, like, walk around and do stuff. But if you're streaming, you pretty much have to be sitting here looking at the chat, you know, monitoring things, you know, playing the game, obviously. I mean, it's easier when you have multiple people all hanging out in the same spot. But there is still, you know, quite a bit of responsibility to be on top of things. Anyway, what else am I still looking for in here? Have I gotten all the things? Oh, I still need the tactical shotgun, right? Well, I need more riot dudes to show up, and I don't know how to make that happen. They don't seem to be very common, actually. Rifle scope. Alright, well, there's another one of those. I think that's the third one I picked up of that. Sick of this darkness happening. Oh boy, I made it in time for Terraria at 4 a.m. I'm okay with this. Well, welcome, White Flags 99. We've been having a pretty wild time. We went from absolutely manic insanity, like, subscribers hitting us every few moments, to, like, serious political talk, and now we're sort of somewhere in between, I think. And things got a little dark, actually, at the end. Nick, just do a cooking segment and a gardening segment. Alright, so like Cooking Mama and then Pikmin? Wait, is that right? I don't know. Well, I'm off to bed night. Well, good night, Archon Zach. Thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed some of this stream. Glad you were here. Oh my god, aha. Did you just have your aha moment? Like, A may no longer be interested in what he has to stream, but I can't leave until he ends the stream. Oh. When I started this, I was very cold, and for some reason talking to myself out loud makes me quite a bit warmer. And I also have my electric blanket on at the same time, so that probably helped too. And now I'm just, like, burning hot. So I should probably do something about that. But I really enjoy having my electric blanket on. My favorite thing lately. Still 5 followers away. You know, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. If nobody else follows, it's like, it'll probably find its way up to 10,000 by tomorrow anyway. Not that I'm trying to sound full of myself or anything, but it just seems on average I tend to get, like, about 10 followers on Twitter each night. So by tomorrow, like, in the afternoon, it'll probably be up there. So don't feel obligated or pressured if you haven't followed or don't care to follow. I tweet a lot of silly garbage anyway, so might not be for everybody. Everybody's got a different reason for why they have their Twitter. It's also a little crazy that I follow like 1,000 people, but mostly the vast majority of them are indie devs and people that I want to hear updates about. Hello, GrowVJ. You've just added another subscriber. Thank you so much for joining the Rock Quarry. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for helping make my world a better place. And I hope you enjoyed your Yaha also, now that I have Chrome working properly. I was hoping somebody would test it eventually to make sure it is properly working. Now we know. Now give me podcast. I'm glad you're embracing using Horsehead as the new Kappa. It would be pretty sweet if, like, universally across Twitch people started using Horsehead as Kappa, and then, like, Rock Yaha as subscriber greeting. You followed me on Twitter? Thank you so much. I know you just read it out loud, but the quote you read from me is about when I end up in a small follower stream, not about your stream. Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed context there, so, you know, don't feel bad. I wasn't judging anyway, even if you were saying that about my stream. I don't have any, like, illusions that people should feel obligated to stick around and watch everything I do. By any means, like, if you have shit to do, go ahead. I would not think any the less of anyone. I also think it's pretty ridiculous that I'm here playing Terraria at 4 in the morning, and that is not something that escapes me when I do actions like that. I almost thought about doing another Meat Boy run, but I think it would be a bad idea, because I think my concentration would not be quite as fast as I need it to be, if that makes any sense. I don't think I would have reaction time appropriate. And also, I just kind of am tired of using my broken controller. I really think it needs to be a good one again. No one leaves, you must watch! I feel like some kind of, like, random king from Game of Thrones saying that or something. I should really watch Game of Thrones Season 3 also. Frickin' Rob has told me like 100 times to watch that too. That is actually totally what I need to do next time I can't sleep. Game of Thrones, that's the thing I need to see. I don't know why I would even put it off. I mean, I loved season 1 and 2. I don't really understand what I'm losing out on, like why I decided that was the season I'm gonna wait. I even saw the South Park episode where they're like, where are the dragons? Not that I'm trying to get anybody into talking about Game of Thrones spoilers. Please don't. Anybody that has followed the show but hasn't watched the newest season like myself, I don't want things to be spoiled. You shall not leave. You shall not pass. That was like a weird... Andre the Giant does the line from Lord of the Rings, apparently. I don't know what he's doing that. You know what I can't believe is that they haven't made a sequel to The Princess Bride in all these years, or a reboot of it, with, you know, new acting cast and like $100,000 million in special effects. I am absolutely positive that it would sell so many tickets, just strictly off of nostalgia even, but they just haven't done it for some reason. I don't know why. Spoiler: winter is coming. I've heard that as well. I don't even know who Winter is, or if he's really breathing heavy, but that's what I've heard. Raise your donger/dragons. You know Josh would eat a dragon sandwich if he had one presented to him. So that's also something to keep in mind next time his birthday rolls around. Maybe you guys want to send him like a nice dragon steak. He's been eating like all the natural stuff around in Australia. I don't know, maybe they have dragons in Australia. I'm not really familiar with all the flora and fauna. Unfortunately, Steve Irwin didn't quite live long enough to be able to show me everything that lives there, but I'm pretty sure Josh is going to probably eat most of it. If he could only just get like a nice drop bear steak at least, that would probably be beneficial. You know, the more the drop bears we eat, the less danger they really pose. And also because they have like really muscly butts, so if you could just like cut their butts off and use them as steaks, I bet that would be delicious. It would be like a filet mignon made out of drop bear butt. I think that would be really interesting. You know, maybe you could even make like a drop bear tartare, or mix it up with like a drop bear stir-fried dragon side dish. You never know. You could use the scales off the dragon to create like a dip platter, perhaps. Maybe if you bake the scales just right, you could actually use them as some sort of a garnish, perhaps. Silliest things to do. The world gets real silly at 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes. I haven't even drank a single bit of anything. This is just me. I'm just a weird guy sometimes. For those drop bears are deadly. Right, that's why we gotta cut off their butts and eat them. Because they're harmless if they don't have their butts. The butts are the thing that hardens up, so that way they can do fatal damage. You'll just be walking around minding your own business, and if the coconut crabs don't get you, the drop bears are going to harden their butts up and fall on your neck and break it right in half. And I don't ever want to see one of you guys fall into that fate. That'd be a really sad time. I don't want to see anybody die like that. Imagine the open casket funeral, which they shouldn't have. You know, your mother would be there crying, your neck's all bent out backward and sideways. Drop bear's just laughing its ass off up in the tree with its hard old butt. And you're just dead. Nobody can bring you back. You know, we don't have that ability. Drop bear lives on. You don't get that luxury. Can I post? What is your link? If it's something relevant to conversation, you may post it, but if it's any kind of promotions, no, please. Poker Face. Oh, right, the better Twitch TV thing. I never used that. Everybody says it's so good. I don't always believe the hype, man. People told me Axon was the better version of Skype, and that I should totally get in on that. Got Axon. Didn't think it was better. I actually thought it was worse. Maybe it was just my connection or something, but it was definitely very staticky, and it also seemed to have a lot of issues. But, you know, some people have said that it's totally removed their issues with sound, noise, and background pollution and things. That's good for them, I guess. Just didn't work for me. Okay, then can we talk about broken games? What do you want to talk about? Axe on his butts. My Gresta knows. Hey, Thrillmatic TV just subscribed. Thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to the Rock Quarry, both ironically and unironically. I'm glad that you're here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. And feel free to use all of the emotes to take your troubles away. There are 8 of them, and there will only be more. So stick around, and we can even the score? I don't know. I'm trying to make a poem here, but it's not really working out. I think it almost turned into like the Team Rocket thing at the last second there. And surrender now or prepare to fight. Meowth, that's right. The thing that I really like about Meowth, and the thing that I think is very often overlooked about Meowth, is the fact that his classification, like his genus and species, is that he is a scratch cat. It's not often that you run into a scratch cat in the wild. I mean, it's a very specific type of cat. It's not just a cat. It's a scratch cat. It's a cat that has a penchant for scratching. You know, it's not a scratch and sniff cat. If you scratch it, well, I don't know, it would probably smell like something, but it might have smelled like that thing before you scratched it anyway. But it's not you that's scratching the cat, it's the cat that's scratching you. It's the cat that scratches back catfish. That doesn't really work. Oh man, that rhyming. Too good. Oh, it's a weird night. I'm glad that you're here. I'm here with me. All 117 of you. I treasure you every day and night. Thank you so much. And thank you for helping me pay back the PS Vita that I bought. Because the gift money I had wasn't enough to cover the whole thing, so I did put some of it in. So I'm glad to have you helping me out with that bill. It's a luxury item, man. You know, I didn't necessarily think that I absolutely had to have a PS Vita, but I just felt like it's one of those times, some days you're just kind of down, you're like, man, I need something to make my life feel a little happier today. You're just like, I need to buy a PS Vita. And it's a sacrifice, but thankfully it wasn't that expensive, actually. I was thinking it was going to be $300, and they were actually retailing for $200, which made it a little bit easier to deal with that cost. But then I found that the memory cards were like $100 by themselves, and I was like, nope, we're not doing that. Anyway, whatevs. Super Bowl predictions, I predict 48. That would be my prediction. What do you think about the Vita? Well, I haven't gotten it yet, but I think it's going to be pretty fun. Should be here any day now, potentially tomorrow even. And I look forward to playing around with it quite a bit, and probably buying Spelunky right away, and having a portable version of that to play. I've been looking at it sort of like a portable indie game machine, which is kind of a thing that I feel like I should have. The other nice thing is I don't have to feel too guilty about having bought it, because honestly, it's like a tax deduction for me, as weird as that sounds. I mean, for not this year, but eventually. It is sort of like a work item, because I do need to play games. It is part of my ability to maintain knowledge of the industry, and I'm not even really fabricating that. It's actually true. Hopefully you understand. If we only got him the Vita, you could record from... Oh, well, whatevs. There's that, like, Vita TV thing, right? Like, I think I'll probably have some way that I can have an input from it anyway. Maybe. I don't know. How many things are there that I really need to record from on it that I wouldn't be able to just get on my actual computer, right? That's kind of what I was thinking anyway. Sony has squeezed a lot of technology into those memory cards. Alright, well, be that as it may, I still am kind of pissed that they're like $100. I'm not sure how much technology we need in those memory cards. I'm also not quite sure why they need to be as small as they are, because you can freaking swallow the things. If you were to have brought one of those onto the show Get Smart, or any of the James Bond 007 movies, I think they would have been quite well at home and quite outclassing of many of the devices that were like elite-level spy gear. You know, who would have thought 64 gigabytes of memory could fit in something that's smaller than, like, your fingernail? I mean, I'm sure they have things that are even more powerful than that, but... or higher capacity than that is what I mean. But still, it's pretty wild that that's, like, consumer-grade electronics. That's not even, like, a big deal. You just go get that. And there's, you know, the 8 gigabyte one was $20, I think? Which 8 gigabytes is not actually a really very small amount of memory. I mean, we're conditioned to believe it is now. And a lot of the games that come out for the Vita are like 4 gigs, so it's probably not going to last very long in that regard. But if you look in the scope of what that would store on it in general sense, like from text files, it's kind of a ridiculous amount of memory. Yeah, they are very overpriced, though. That's kind of my end of that rant. And there's no reason that they needed to be that much money. Whether or not they had a ton of technology, I think they're really just kind of milking the fact that they're proprietary. Especially when we just did this song and dance with the Memory Stick Pro Duo with the PS, fucking PlayStation Portable, PSP. I forgot the last P on that one. And I had many, many of those. Both, well, I had two PSPs, and like probably 5 or 6 of those memory cards over the life of my Vita. Oh my god, why do I keep calling it a Vita? It's a PSP. I've trained myself to believe that the PlayStation Portable is now this new name that means life in Italian, apparently. Hi, Beige Benji Beb, 2001. It's a good year. Trying to think what good things happened in 2001. I still had my band in 2001. That was pretty badass. I was still going out with my first girlfriend in 2001. I was in high school. I was in 10th grade. Yeah, that's about how far that goes. Good times in 2001, actually. I think it was a pretty fun year. Not as good as 97 in terms of games, I don't think, but still a good year. Was it 96? Was it 96 or 97? Which one was the one that had, like, every good game came out at the same year? Ah, who cares? 9/11 happened. Well, yeah, but no, I don't like to think about that part. All the other good things the actual good things, not the good. Holy shit! What the fuck is coming out of my mouth right now? Well, that's going to be embarrassing. Anyway, 9/11 was not a good thing. Don't even bother. It's not going to be funny. Yeah, all right. I see the emote. Let's just stick to Kappas on that one if we could. Oh, goodness gracious. The blood moon is rising. Well, that's a thing I don't care about at all. Why did McDonald's not use that wrap? Yeah, why did they not use my wrap? I agree. My wrap was pretty damn good. And it was very pro-McDonald's and very anti-Wendy's, which you'd think they would be very into. Oh, God, here it comes. I'm just seeing the chat catch up with the delay of what I said. Oh, God. Weird things happen when it's late at night, guys. Just saying. I'm getting bored of this dungeon, and I'm also not thinking that we're going to run into this shotgun anytime soon. Can I hear this rap? Sure you can. If you want to go over to my SoundCloud, which is linked right off of my channel page on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/RockLeeSmile. Go to the main channel page. SoundCloud will be a little badge in the top right corner on my channel header. And from there, you're probably one click away from finding the McDonald's rap. I think it should just be in a list on the front page of that. And if it's not, then it shouldn't be that hard to find anyway. It might be under, like, miscellaneous songs or something. Or, if you want, you could also just link it. That's probably a way better idea. Instead of me sending you on, like, a multiple clicking spree. Important fact about Wendy's. Dave Thomas died at the ripe old age of 69. Wow. Well, I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go, right? That's, at least he knew a good year to do it. I was thinking, like, I think I even said this out loud one time, like, what are we gonna do for Josh's 69th birthday? You know, presuming we're all still around as senior citizens, almost, or basically. Although I guess you don't know with the progression of science to what degree being level 69, I almost said. Being the age of 69 would result in, you know, the usual decrepitude that you could expect from a person of that age. But in the event that we are all still mobile and happy and alive and able to do things, what kind of party would we throw for Josh for his 69th birthday? It would have to be fucking glorious, right? Like, we would have to start a fucking Kickstarter for that thing, if such a thing still existed all of those years later. And maybe it probably shouldn't, but, you know, whatever the Indiegogo equivalent might be, like, what are we gonna do for Josh for his 69th birthday? We would have to, like, rent him a skyscraper full of strippers or something, right? There's no other way around it. Like, it's just gotta happen. He's gotta have the world's greatest day. Because everything about his life is leading up to that birthday, I think. I mean, that totally makes it sound really sad. I didn't mean it like that. But, like, this is his day. If he was to have a single day in his life that he should have all the best things in the world, it would be his 69th birthday. And I think he would want it that way. So, although I guess, you know, depending on how life goes, I'm not sure Pixel would be super happy about him having a skyscraper full of strippers. But anyway, horse mask, go out with the invitations. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Well, and you just said the thing I just said. A 69 level skyscraper. You don't have to plan on celebrating Josh's 69th. No one survives the war. Wow, that's depressing. Josh would need a dragon sandwich for his 69th birthday. You're probably right about that. I don't think Future Pixel would like that. Wait, him and Pixel are dating. Yeah, they've been for a while. This is not even new news anymore. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but like, yeah, we've been talking about that for a little bit now. That's why he moved to Australia, you know. Or you might be trolling me, I couldn't really tell. The Donger Wars of 2042. Yeah, those will be brutal. Isn't it once you're 69, you can snap your fingers and all the chicks fall in love with you? Yeah, I think it's something like that. You gotta store up your pheromones for your whole life. Just keep them all in your beard, and then at the age of 69, your pheromones ripen and blossom into a beautiful flower that'll grow out of your cheeks. And it will attract all the women, and all the women will come to you like a swarm of honeybees. And then you will pollinate them. That got weird. Best rap ever. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Will NL still be playing Isaac when he's 69? It's basically his whole career. Jeez. That would be pretty wild if that dude could make his entire life's career out of playing Isaac. I don't know that he would necessarily want to do such a thing, but if he does pull it off, then he has all the props coming from me. Spread your seeds. I'm not sure how I feel about what you just said, Nick. I'm sorry, that was one of the creepier things I've ever said, and I meant it to be creepy because it was just funny. I hope. But, yeah, hopefully you don't take that the wrong way. I didn't mean anything by it. Things are weird. Rule 34 for cheek flowers. Unfallowed? Did you unfollow me? Don't unfollow me, that's not fair. Yeah, you may raise your dongers. It is appropriately late at night for donger raising to occur. Unsubbed, unfollowed, unloved, too creepy 5 me. Can we get a chorus made of all times Josh has said 69, making it a classic work of art? I don't think I have that kind of time in my life. Guys, one of Nick's related channels is Derps Play Games Accurate. Oh my god. That's weird. I don't know how it calculates that. I think a lot of the times the related channels have something to do with other channels that you've watched, and not necessarily that they have anything to do with me. I mean, I don't really have any data to back that up, but that's sort of the guess that I feel like I'm comfortable making based on what I've seen happen, based on what I look at. But if anybody knows the actual true facts about that, then, you know, I'd be curious to learn. Yeah, there they go. In a state can marry your cousin at the age of 65. I don't know what that even means. Marry your cousin when you're 65? What would be the point of that? Don't do that. I mean, I guess do whatever you want, but probably don't do that. You're saying you watch a lot of Derps play games. Well, not necessarily what I was saying. No, I was thinking the person who is seeing the related channel, it's what they watch. Because I don't really watch all that much, and the majority of the people I do watch are all people that are, like, amongst my friend circle mostly, as well as, like, Nerd Cubed and Total Biscuit occasionally. So it probably wouldn't run into too many, you know, wild card YouTube channels if that was how it was calculated. How much gold have I made through this? Platinum and a half. Alright, not bad. So it seems like I'm not finding enough of these SWAT guys for me to be able to get this last drop. I don't know where those guys live. They certainly seem to be pretty rare. Got lots of snipers, but just not so many of the SWATs. Following him on Twitter isn't going to help him get to packs. Well, it'll help my feelings get to packs, I guess. I'll feel more confident than ever before. Because honestly, my clout score is basically, you know, the only way that I really can feel comfortable being who I am anymore. So if you feed my clout score, you feed my ego. If you feed my ego, you feed my ability to better my own situation in my life. And yeah, that's basically true, all of that. I'm gonna go back to wherever I put that blue candle. Over here somewhere, I guess. Should walk around long enough, eventually I'll find it. And what's your cloud score, Nick? I don't even remember, actually. Which is terrible, since it's so important to me. I'm just really irresponsible with my own feelings. Broncos without Peyton are just a great core with shit D. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that 100%. Great core, shit D, really. And that's the last thing you want to have is shit on your D. I mean, unless you're into that. In which case, go right ahead, enjoy. Kappa no space. Yeah, that is how you do a Kappa. It's a real strange thing that still to this day, I can go to various people's chats and tell them to do Victory Kitty no space, and they still do it. I don't know if they're just doing it to finish the joke, or if they're doing it because they actually think they're going to get a Victory Kitty out of it. But it's pretty gratifying every single time I control people into doing that. Gray face, no space. Sad boys have also been really a big deal lately. I don't know how I feel about them. Like, they were so popular in AGDQ, and they seem to have just really stuck around. Sad boys, they really seem to be living the high life. Not enough D? You don't think enough D, huh? Or, you know, if they did have enough D, maybe the D is just not big enough. Maybe it's not bulked out. You got a sufficient D. First channel I've subbed to, how do I do emotes? Well, there you go. Thank you, Magresta, for taking care of that for me. There are all of the commands that are now at your disposal. They have to be written case-sensitive to the way you see them, though. So keep that in mind. How does one sad boy? Hey, Woody Woody, no problem. I'm glad you're here. We've been having a pretty wild night. I've said several things already that I may or may not regret. And that's how you can gauge. That's the official metric of good nightness. Bible thump equals sad boy, no space. Whoops. Oh, you let the joke out. Now they're going to know how to actually do the sad boys, although then they can pass the joke on to more people, which only makes everyone happy, really. I'm going to listen to stream in the background while playing Hearthstone. Yeah, congrats everybody that can now play Hearthstone. After all this time, we no longer have to treat fucking Hearthstone keys like they're worth sucking dick for. It's been a weird time. The Hearthstone keys were probably one of the strangest things that I've ever experienced in my long time on the internet. The ferocity and the tenacity of people and the desire for them was such that it almost seemed like a drug. And it kind of worried me a little bit, the way that people wanted them that badly. I'm not going to go into any specific details, but the stories that I've heard about what people were doing and trying to do to each other to get Hearthstone keys was just embarrassing and kind of horrifying. So I'm glad that that time in our lives is over. Now people can just play it because it's just a video game, and that's all any of these are, is just video games. So let's not have that kind of fandom ever again, please. Pretty creepy stuff. The time when Ryan was like, Phil Kohler's giving out codes for ours, like, oh my god. Like, what have you done to this poor man? He's going to be badgered to death. It's not worth it. Now we're doing creepers now? That's one that I haven't seen a lot of people doing. I don't actually know who the blue-haired girl is. I'm guessing that's a streamer or something? I'm not aware of that person. Happy face, no space. It's nice that there are at least a few official, like, Twitch emotes that you don't have to be on anybody's anything to be able to use. SSS, no space. Like, there was a space to begin with. Oh, does it go up and then down? Caps and then no caps? King Doge, no space. I'm sad that I didn't get the Doge emote for myself. But I guess I should probably not complain, considering I did totally, like, steal the eggplant one from the two rightful people that probably should have had it. Well, not that I really stole it, but I made it before they did. I also drew that eggplant emote myself, so I guess it's like, it's not really a Spelunky reference, it just happens to look like a Spelunky reference, you could say. Banana and eggplant unite. Oh, that's an adorable picture, I like that. Oh, that's nice, you should do that more. Thank you, Braktash. I'm sorry, Thrillmatic TV. I totally just saw the wrong line there, my bad. Well, thank you, Braktash, as well, but not for the same thing. Where is this grinding even going anymore? There's no swap men around at all. It's a very nice stream you got. I know how you work, creepers. Don't give me that. I know you start out by trying to make nice, and then all of a sudden you explode, and you ruin my beautiful house. I've been around the block a couple of times. I understand your deal. Make a Doge with glass will be RockLeeSmile. It would actually be like Rock Doge, because I always have to start all my emotes with rock. It's a real word, the most serene Doge of Venice. It took me a long time to really just settle on the way that I wanted to pronounce Doge, by the way. I really did consider calling it Dogi, or just Doggy. I think a lot of people kind of wrestled with this. But just Doge just feels the best to say. It feels right. To me, anyway. Frack stealing all the glory. Hey, I corrected myself. What are these freaking lava men doing? They don't even do anything. You don't drop anything good, you just get in my way. RockLeeSmile. Yeah, I guess that would work. I like Astrocat too, he's pretty cool. I remember when these paladins scared me. Not so much anymore. Just free gold. Sad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Sad boys come for you. Sad boys, sad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Sad boys, sad boys. Nobody now get you no way. I don't know what they say at that point, but I have heard the Bad Boys song a couple times. Yaha to Braktash. Thank you so much for your subscription, Braktash. I guess you weren't kidding. I saw you say, now that you thanked me, I guess I have to subscribe, and you actually did it, so thank you so much. I hope you enjoy all of the things that will result from your having subscribed, including your Yahas that are, wow, you guys are Yahaing the shit out of that chat. Good call. I know I can trust you guys for a good Yaha. Thank you very much for that. I throw a party and throw them off. Oh no, Trophy J. It didn't quite work like that. You gotta put the space in there. I appreciate the try, though. You'll get it next time. I've done the same thing before, so don't worry about it. Shout out to Brian Altano. Yeah, for sure. I love watching you grind, Kappa. It's fine. You don't have to love watching me grind. I don't know how much I love watching me grind. If you guys really want, I could, like, do something very special with you. Like, very special. I don't know if you're interested. Actually, I should probably check if I'm even allowed to do this special thing with you guys. It might be against a rule that I don't want to break. I'm going to just let you guys think about what I might be talking about for a while, and then think the worst of me before I actually explain what it actually is. Because you're probably going to think that I'm just going to, like, show you my nipples or something. That's not what I'm talking about. No, Nick, it was planned. Are you going to twerk? No, I'm not going to do anything that involves seeing me. So before you get too excited. But I feel like I should reward you guys for hanging out with me at 4:30 in the morning, when I'm sure most of you could be sleeping right now. My entire inventory is full again. That is wild. Let me get this stuff in my inventory out of here. Did I fill up most of the pig? I did. I got a whole stack of ectoplasm, many shadow staves. Look at all this stuff. This is my bat scepter, right? And then what went here? I moved stuff around and I messed with my own setup. Oh, there it is. Cat cam? Oh, I don't have a cat, unfortunately, so that's not really possible. Does not involve bananas. Nope. It could technically involve tomatoes, but it's not going to involve tomatoes. Oh, let's take this back again. Yeah, shout out to my international friends that are here watching at normal times in the day. I'm sure there's at least a few of us, though, that are here at stupid hours in the morning, so shout out to all of you. Whether you're here fighting against sleep, or you're here in totally reasonable time, either one. Giant inventory, yep. Alright, so why don't I wrap up the Terraria portion. It is 4:39. I'm going to run a couple of ads while I get a drink, and then we're going to come back and do something else. And I think it's something that should be a lot of fun. I just hope that it looks okay on my stream, but just, you know, hang on for another few minutes. It's been a pretty nice grinding session. I think I should go back home, though, before we leave. Well, I guess it probably wouldn't matter, because that's all going to just end up back there anyway when I restart the server later. But I do always like to end every experience with being back at home. It sort of gives you that nice, you know, mission accomplished feeling. So many things I'm going to sell. I'm going to make a ton of money off of all this. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to do what I just said I was going to do, and I will be right back. So stick around, and I will change my game once I get back.